Today, I want us to touch on an interesting topic that has been trending for some weeks now. I want us to watch this particular video. I will be back.
So how are you watching the Epstein topic unfold around the world? Well, for me, the one thing that I noticed is the eerie silence about the fact that it is all a heinous Israeli government coup against the West. As we all know, it is an Israeli operation to take over Western governments by entrapping their leaders in depraved sexual acts, catching those sexual acts on video, and then blackmailing the leaders to do anything that Israel demands of them, or else the images would be made public. However, many who are discussing the topic fail to make the connection that today, even after Epstein's death, people are losing their freedoms and their rights in Europe and America today because of him. The increasing Israeli control of Western governments that we are all seeing today, it's Epstein's work. All the genocide denial by the government of Europe and America, the denial of starvation and the refusal to do anything to stop the genocide. In fact, even sending even more bombs to exterminate the Palestinian people, arresting and deporting peaceful protesters in their own cities. All of this weird behavior is the direct product of Epstein's operation. Western leaders are supporting Israel under duress just so that their sex tapes are not made public. Netanyahu is probably watching to see what effect the release of the Epstein files is having on Israel's control over America and Europe. Clearly, he is not in any trouble so far because not only the names of the abusers are still redacted, but also everyone is focusing on everything else but Israel. The country that is the mastermind behind this actual Israeli coup d'etat conducted by one man on an Israeli mission. That's Jeffrey Epstein. If any other country had conducted such an operation against America, you would hear national security alarms everywhere. Diplomatic ties would be cut with that nation, and there would be war plans made and counterintelligence operations being conducted right now for the country, for America, to regain full sovereignty of its government, its institutions, and its democracy. The lukewarm concern shows how much America's national security apparatus has collapsed under Epstein's operation. To all those Americans complaining about a foreign country controlling America, that is exactly what Epstein was doing. Israel's complete takeover of America. Only one country in the world, namely Israel, uses pedophilia and cannibalism of children as a weapon to control foreign countries. American people, you are under attack by Israel. Israel wants your country, and Israel is getting away with conducting a coup against your country and installing an Israeli dictatorship against you, the American people. The only remaining simple solution at your direct disposal, and I will repeat this as many times as it takes, is the people of America kicking out of public office all these politicians whom you found bowing their heads to Israel. All these people being given free trips to Israel. That is the continuation of Israel's takeover of your country. It is the exponential increase of Israeli control over your lives. They already control your economy, your military-industrial complex, your Congress, your White House, even your conscience, through lies, fake victimhood, false flag operations, corruption with your politicians, and general deceit. The Epstein operation shows exactly which side of good or evil they are actually on. Cannibalism and sexual deviance on children cannot be the work of angels. It is the lifestyle of the beasts, monsters, and savages known today as Israel. Elections and nationwide public protests are the people's last line of defense to save yourselves and your country from the increasing Israeli lies, deceit, malice, fraud, traps, evil, and the rising Israeli tyranny and capture of your countries. I get nothing from anyone for saying this. I do it out of my own belief that you deserve better than a devious Israeli dictatorship cabal that is secretly siphoning all your tax dollars, your freedoms, your rights, and your jobs, and trampling over your democracy and your sovereignty in your own country. Just a month ago, I said in a public video that I suspect that Israel had the nudes and sex tapes of UAE leaders, and Israel is using these videos to blackmail them into doing whatever Israel wants, including getting involved in civil wars and terrorism in Africa. Today, I saw in the latest Epstein file a photo of one of UAE's leaders on the Epstein Island with two white girls in bikinis in his arms kissing him. That confirmed my previous suspicion that Israel has blackmailed the UAE with their nudes and sex tapes to do things for Israel, because that is what the Epstein Island was for. get people there to have some holiday fun, young girls available on site, secretly record the guest doing unholy things, then blackmail the guest with those videos to do anything you want. I now also suspect that the FBI has also been co-opted into Israel's coup as an accomplice against America's democracy. And the FBI could now be trying to use the Epstein material it found to also secretly blackmail the same leaders and individuals in those videos to do whatever they demand of them. I am saying this because Jeffrey Epstein was already found guilty of sex trafficking for Israel's blackmail operation. Epstein's girlfriend was also already found guilty and jailed for the same child sex trafficking in the same Israeli blackmail operation. And the FBI has the Israeli blackmail sex videos where politicians are sexually abusing the children given to them by Epstein, who filmed the abuse for Israel's blackmail operation. Everybody who visited Epstein's island was filmed, including the Gulf leaders. But how come none of these international politicians, especially the American ones, are in jail for child sexual abuse? Yet the traffickers have already been found guilty of providing the victims to the politicians who abuse the children. Is Mr. Kash Patel also trying to use the same sex videos for his own FBI blackmail operation against the same global politicians, even at Trump's behest? Why else would you redact the names of all of the abusers but mention the victims? The rotten FBI wants to blackmail these same global elites as well, using the same Epstein videos where these politicians are sexually abusing toddlers. How is anyone sure that Trump and Patel are not in a blackmail operation? And that is not happening already using the videos collected from Epstein's island? We call it Epstein Island, but he was just an intelligence asset on duty. In reality, it should be called the Greater Israel Island, the Abyss. Actually bought by US taxpayers' money, probably money sent as foreign aid to Israel. The same source of funds for all the mysterious new Israeli billionaires with no actual business where they made their money from. Meanwhile, the only way out now for the politicians in the Epstein sex tapes is to sue the FBI and Department of Justice for millions of dollars if anyone tries to blackmail them again with the same videos taken by Epstein. But the best thing that the American people could do for the victims is to kick all pro-Israel politicians out of office. Remember that this was an Israeli Ministry of Defense operation, so my appeal also goes to the people of UK, France, Germany, the whole of Europe, and even Australia. Kick out all these unrepentant pro-Israel pedophiles from public office. No wonder they felt no compassion at toddlers starving and being obliterated in Gaza. They are heartless monsters who have already eaten children alive in macabre Epstein rituals. It's in the files. Do you see any of them coming clean to the American, British, French, or European Union people about their evil deeds? No. They are hiding and they will only respond publicly if their names are exposed. So you can't trust them to do what is right. You can't even trust them to serve you, their people, first, and not to serve Israel first. Therefore, all these pro-Israel politicians have to go, even just for their victims' sake, the defenseless innocent children who had nobody to save them from what these beasts were doing to them on Epstein Island. Some children were reportedly slaughtered alive, and as I said, even eaten by these cannibals in satanic rituals. Other children have kept silent the disturbing stories of what happened to them and what they saw happening to other children, horrors so unfathomable that no sane human being could stomach. All locked in these children's hearts to this day, toddlers who never experienced what normal life is supposed to be like for children. And today, they live halfway between remembering that heinous childhood and surviving the undiagnosed ramifications of those abominable horrors one day at a time, every single day. Thank you.
It's an interesting world, and whether we like it or not, there is some facts in whatever Mr. Lumumba Amin is saying. And this man is the son of former Uganda President Idi Amin. And whatever he's saying has some facts in it. Because I have realized the world we find ourselves, everything is about control. Every sector we find ourselves is about control. Even me sitting on here in YouTube or on YouTube, there is some way of me being controlled because there are topics that I can't even touch, and there are some words I can't use. So whatever happen, they want to control you or control whatever you churn out, so that they will be able to sanitize the platforms. And most of the times, politically, if it doesn't go their way, they will find a way of controlling your narratives. And that has been the world we find ourselves. So when it comes to religion, they control you. It comes to education, they control you. It comes to politics, they control you. So wherever you find ourselves, you are going to be controlled. And this particular control we are talking about is in terms of blackmailing. And before someone can control you, they need to have something valuable or something that they can use on you when you try to go haywire. And that has been the politics we find ourselves. And these things has also been happening in the music sector. When we talk of record label controlling artists, most of the times they blackmail them through some weird stuff that the artist has committed, and they will use that to take advantage of you. They will use that to blackmail you, so in case you want to leave their record label, they can control you. And this controlling, as I said, is in every sector of the world, and we cannot run away from it. So just that we have to be careful and we have to be very vigilant when we are making deals with our enemies. I'll put it our enemies because someone who is willing to blackmail you through your lower time is someone who can never become your friends. He's your enemy. And this politics of blackmailing and control has been happening in the world. And even it has led countries going to war, because most of the times they have this blackmailing files on political leaders that they can use to control the leadership. And if you are being controlled, you are definitely going to act not on your principles, but you are going to act based on the one who is controlling you principles. And as we know, countries like Israel, who is willing to control Middle East, anytime they have files that can blackmail you, they will use it for you to join them to destroy a country. And that is something that has been happening for years. It has been happening for years. And if this, whatever he's saying, is the truth, then we have also always been right about how some countries are using their power to take advantage of other countries. We just need to be vigilant, because the world we find ourselves is a very dangerous world. This Jeffrey Epstein files has also opened a lot of people's eye, and it is also proving the fact that some countries are being controlled through blackmails and other things. Please, I want you to also share your comment on this particular topic that Mr. Lumumba Amin has put across. And if you want such videos, then please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification button so that anytime I upload any great content, you will be notified. I'm always your guy, De-Graft Amoako. Thanks for watching.